Welcome to the Firefly Family Gaming Channel. Today's video is pickups. We got pickups, people. This is gone for since, I don't know, last week or so. We went out last weekend. We went out for just a little bit and got a little bit, and we didn't really put it in any video. So and today we went out, and
last night
we went out, and today we went out a little bit. But that's on a separate video. So why are we making a video? That's how we do it here, people. So
we don't do anything the way it's supposed to be.
No, we're in the future, in the past, something, or I don't know. But let's get started, and we'll show you guys what we've picked up this week, last week, whatever.
Whenever.
Yeah, whenever, wherever.
Let's do it.
Whoever. Okay,
what?
Let's go. What?
So last week I noticed that we had Animal Crossing City Folk.
Oh, is this a segment? Mail time segment.
Mail time segment.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time.
We didn't have the game.
Oh.
And I didn't know that. I thought we had, I mean, it's everything else. I thought we had the game. Thought we had the game over there, but we didn't. So, what are you looking at?
He's just sitting up there.
Is he nudging you?
No, he's
okay.
looking like, what are we talking? Who are you talking to?
So I started looking at eBay. I think that's where I got this one for off of eBay, and I won an auction.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Animal Farm. I think I paid like $6 for it or something.
So now
it's complete.
Complete.
And for anybody who cares, it's worth a lot more now because it's complete. I don't care. I just wanted it.
How's the disc look?
I'll tell you.
Does it look amazing?
In the picture, it looked amazing.
All pictures look amazing. It looks good.
It looks good. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, she's complete.
Animal Crossing City Folk for the week.
Complete.
So that ends the segment, mail time.
Yeah, because that was the only thing we got mailed tonight.
Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time. Mail time.
You're such a butt bitch.
Why? What happened?
That ends this. Anyway, keep going.
That was the segment, mail time segment. Last Sunday, we went up to the flea market, and it ended up being almost a bad idea.
None of our normal places were open.
There was supposedly going to be this huge rainstorm that was coming through, like Sunday morning, and
it never showed up.
It rained for like an hour at like 4 or 5 in the
morning. So
it rained a little bit like in the early morning and got a little chilly. Then we went to the flea market and nobody was there.
Nobody.
But there's probably like what, 3, maybe 4 vendors that sell games. And
there's one lady that we don't like to go to.
Yeah, I don't like to go to sometimes, and just but hey, whatever.
We think she sells repos.
Sometimes I do, but I'm not. We're not
100%
I'm
confident.
I'm not up on it, like if she's selling the repos or not, so I'm not 100% sure. Like I sent a picture to some of the guys in the Retro Collective group, like, what's up with this? And it ended up being like it was a gold sticker on the back of NES cartridge, and I didn't know that means that there's a battery in the back in this. And so, hey,
but some of them we picked up and they were heavier than the other ones that we picked up, and so
we felt weird.
Yeah, and so we are doing more and more research on it to make sure that we don't get repos.
Yeah.
So.
But so we went there one time and we checked out some stuff, and there was, I don't want to say there was a lot of people in there, but there was a good amount of people there.
Because she was the only one there.
Yeah, because it's a small little place, and like flea markets are open up, but naturally her store has walls and a door and a little roof, so it's like when you go in, you're going in and you're enclosed in there. So it gets too many people in there, and I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So
and he's very claustrophobic, so it's not a good thing.
So we came back later, and naturally all those people were gone. Now there's a whole new group of people in there, so sometimes you just gotta fight through it and just go. So we ended up picking up a couple games. We got the Battle Clash for the Super Nintendo.
The artwork just looked pretty cool on this.
It does look pretty cool. We got Solstice for the NES.
Another one that the artwork just, it's a guy with an arrow.
And I know everybody sees this game. They're hunting, and I've seen it. I don't know how many times. And finally, it's like, okay, fine, I'll buy it. So she had it for $5. Wii U, Zombie U. So I think this was actually like one of the I want to say early games, but one of the.
It's like so common.
Yeah.
Everybody. Of course, it has a manual.
Yeah. And the disc looks nice. So hey, for $5, it might be a sucky game, but hey, we'll check it out and see.
I like zombies, so we'll see how it goes.
I never realized that. How do you spell zombie?
Z-O-M-B-I.
E?
Yes.
Well, this one just says Z-O-M-B-I.
U.
That's weird. I guess it doesn't really mean anything. But hey, Wii U game for $5. So we kind of went through the week and got almost near the end of the week, and we thought, I got off early, and we decided we go hit up our local retro game store and picked up a couple things. You want to do the pleasure?
So, he had a bunch of stuff behind the counter, and I always like stuff behind the counter.
He does have a lot of stuff behind the counter.
But he has started taking in pawns and trades and stuff like that. So when it's behind the counter, I have to ask, because it's not just behind the counter. It's off to the side, behind the counter, on the floor.
It's basically
So I have to ask
if it's leftover games, but games that he has his retail space on the shelf, and if the shelves are full,
then he puts it over there. But sometimes you have to ask if it's okay to look. Is that stuff for sale or is
Plus
it not?
He's got stuff in the back.
Is it not for sale yet? And he's like, no, it's for sale. Go ahead. So I made myself comfortable on the floor.
Yeah. We're literally sitting on the floor.
Yeah. So, I found a Super Nintendo. I don't know why, but I guess I've gotten into the cartridge games now.
Cool. Thank you.
Because Anthony's not really buying any Super Nintendo games.
I bought a couple here and there.
So I keep picking up Super Nintendo games. So, but this one kind of stays with my Final Fantasy thing. It's Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. So, we'll see how that is.
And they have 2 to 3 huge totes of NES cartridges, and
then he'll always let Anthony go through.
Because I just I'm still trying to build the Black Label collection, and I'm just always looking for games. But he, like I said before, he has his space where he keeps all his NES games, and I'll just kind of skim through it, and I'm like, hey, and I know what he has in the back he doesn't have on the shelf. So hey, can I look at one of your totes? And if it's not busy, no one's really in the store. He's like, oh yeah, sure, no problem. So he drags out this massive tote, and we just start digging through.
So we found Castle Quest.
It kind of reminded me of King's Quest. I've been still on the hunt for King's Quest games, and like that Mystic Quest, it kind of reminded me of that. I know it's not a King's Quest game, but Castle Quest kind of reminded me of it. So
then Anthony found Soccer.
Black Label game. And I think that was a 5-screw thing too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep, 5 screws. It doesn't really matter to me.
And he found Hogan's Alley.
For the zapper.
So then I kind of broke down.
He's had this sitting. We've been going to his game store for
about a year now.
Well over a year. Yeah. And this thing has been sitting in the same spot.
This thing has been sitting there. And so I broke down. And I've looked at this online, and complete, this is $200, $300. I was like, how much for your Yoshi? And honestly and truthfully, I don't really care about the box. I mainly just wanted the amiibo.
But the box is cool.
And he goes, first he says $30.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool. I have
You got the game.
the game.
And that's what he said. He's like,
It doesn't have the game. He goes, that's why it's like $30 because I don't have the game. And I was like, well, I have the game at home, so that's fine.
and we, like the 3 Nintendo games that we had, there was still like 3 more on top of that.
And then we had this. So we were like, okay, can you just tell us what our total is? And he told us what our total was.
It was like almost $100.
And Anthony's he's like, okay, he's going through it. And I said, you know what? That Yoshi's been sitting here forever. I can come back and get the Yoshi.
What did he originally ask for it?
30.
30.
I said, I can come back and get the Yoshi. Don't worry about it.
It ain't going nowhere.
So I set it off to the side. And the owner, he goes, the games that you got here, plus the 3 others that were sitting here, plus the Yoshi, he goes, I'll take the Yoshi down to 20. I'm like, okay. And Anthony's going, well, we'll just take some of these games off.
Yeah, some of the games that he had that I picked out, I mean, he had 3, 4, 5 copies of them. They're not going nowhere.
And it's not like they were really expensive games anyway. They were filler games.
$5, $10 games. And they were just more of the Black Label games,
and so,
which I know he has. So.
And I'm like, we'll just put those games back on there, and like I said, I can get that Yoshi another time. And he's like, $20, Serena. $20. I'll sell you the Yoshi for $20. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like, just put it all together and $20 for the Yoshi. And Anthony's like, no, just take off the tree. And I'm like, whatever, I don't care. So we got the Yoshi for $20 plus these games. So
it still ended up being like around $50 or so.
Yeah. So now I can, if I wanted to.
Oh man, we make videos and then everything happens. The dogs are playing with toys. And just that's the way it goes around here. So
now I can put the game in here if I want, or I can take the Yoshi out and play with the Yoshi because that's mainly all I want to do.
Yeah, really.
I don't really and truly. Oh, it's not even open.
Yeah.
Oh no! Now I can't open the Yoshi.
I haven't even looked at it. I was just like, oh, that's crazy. It is pretty cool though. It
is pretty cool. Now I can't open and play with the Yoshi.
You can, but whatever.
Whatever. We'll see how it goes. So yeah. So I got a Yoshi.
That was awesome. So the other night, last night, we went out, Friday night, after work, and, we're just going to go out and have some dinner and
take our youngest out
and just hang out. And so there was this pawn shop that we've gone to before, and it's been closed for the holidays and everything. And that's the one where I showed you. I think I put a picture up here of the Jurassic Park truck, and we finally got there and it was open and not very many games. Like Xbox One, PS4, that was it. He said he does get like some retro cartridge based games, but he showed like where he puts them, and he said they're gone. So
as soon as he puts them there,
and he sells all of his stuff on eBay. So
we got a card.
So he gave me a card, and we'll check it out and see. So we went on down the road, and what else did we check? There was another place I thought we went to. Oh, so there was another GameStop in town. So that's where we thought, we're like, hey, we'll just see what they got. And as we finally get up to the counter and talk to the lady's on the phone, and she's talking to somebody about, somebody asked about, hey, do you guys got these games? And she's, no, you got what was the name of this? Classic Contagious Games, I believe.
Yes.
And so we got off the phone, and I said, did you say there was a game store here in town? And it's not the town that we live, but one of the towns where I go to work, because I drive around all over, and I've never heard of this place, never seen it. It's like off the beaten path, and she told us the name of it. We threw it in the Google Maps right to this place, and we found a new game store, and pretty cool place.
It is a really cool place. There's only one problem I have about the place.
Okay, let's hear it.
Because me and you discussed it last night. That they will take.
Oh yeah. So say like for instance, like this is the one game that Serena picked up.
Or this game. Say they have this game.
Yeah. So that's probably better. Right?
Yeah.
So if they had this game and they had an empty box,
an empty Genesis box,
they would take this, put it in a box, print a black and white label and throw it on there.
But then they will sell this for market value as complete in box.
Yeah, so I just kind of I seen what they were doing.
I didn't like that,
and I was like, whatever. So I just stayed away from it. I just I see one, whatever.
I didn't like that part of it, but other than that, it was a really cool place.
Yeah, they actually found. I finally seen what I've been thinking about getting. The Retron 77 to play your Atari games. My Atari console isn't the best. It's just like it's old. So kind of what kind of cool said, save the miles and buy something new, and it's all HD and blah blah blah, and you can do everything. You can play it on the new TV, and so they had one a little bit more than I expected it to be, but maybe down the road we'll get one. And he had all the older consoles, and he had a bunch of stuff.
A bunch of stuff. He had some Wii U games. They were all either the ones we had or the ones that we were not interested in.
He had a little bit of everything. Like he had one side of the store was all like games and stuff, and the other side of the store was like board games / anime, like D&D type games. Japanese import stuff, and he said they're not like a big money store. Like he said, there's people that's coming to the store and try to sell like $500-$600 games, and he goes, that's just not us. He's like, we're not buying stuff like that because it's gonna sit here, and you got to find the right person that wants this game, and I don't blame him for it. So he's like, we don't.
You come in here,
they had vinyl records and
they had a nice
it's a pretty cool little place, and it definitely will be going back. And they were a pretty cool couple, and they told us about different places you can check out, and pretty cool. So anyway, Serena found this game, Dragon Age Origins, and I believe it's complete. And
I needed it.
You were trying to finish your little collection, right?
Yeah, I also need Awakening, and they had it there. So, but he wanted $9 for it, and then I'm not really sure it's a 9. Like I think I can find it cheaper. So I got this one.
And I found a couple Sega Genesis games. They actually he had like 2 or 3 shelves, and it was all buy one get one. And it was like Genesis games. There was some Super Nintendo games, some Wii games. He had a little bit of Wii U stuff, but
not a lot.
Stuff that we already have, or stuff that we don't want. So, so I bought this game, the NFL Quarterback Club 96. It actually came with the manual and everything. And
so if we can...
look what's on the back.
Oh no, that's Emmett.
Emmett Smith. Yeah.
I was seeing it from an angle.
And so I found this game, and I've seen it out and about. The label's not in the greatest shape. College Slam basically got this game for free. So hey, pretty cool place. And we actually sat there and talked to them for a while. And it's nice to find a new game store. So, and it's not 100 miles away.
Yeah.
Like I was telling Serena today, we're out and about, and there was this other game store. And it's I don't want to call them a franchise, but
I think it is.
They have 4 different locations, and in not, I don't want to say it's not in our area, but it's about a 50-mile drive to get to them. But the one I wanted to go to, it's like 70 miles because they got it's called Superstore.
That's all he was excited
so
for.
it may be pretty big.
Superstore.
So that could mean super pricey. You just don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully down the road, next couple of weeks or so, we can go check this place out or check them all out.
Yeah.
But pretty cool little place, and we'll go back.
Yep. That was my only concern was the part, and the one other thing that I liked about this store. Everything was priced.
Oh, yes. Everything.
They didn't, take the game and then go look the game up, which, okay.
He said it was discouraging for him to go to places when, you're like, hey, I want to buy this game. And they're
how much is it?
Hold on. And they're like...
I don't mind doing that at a pawn shop, because I understand that pawn shops they don't know what they have. They get stuff in, so, whatever. I get that. And I'm okay with doing it at a pawn shop. But if I'm at a game store and you don't know your prices of what you have, I'll turn around and walk out. There is a game store here. There are 2 game stores here in the town that we live in, and there's one that we just refuse to go to.
I just can't go back anymore.
Because he is like that. This is a very common game. You're gonna find this game for $6 no matter where you go. $5, anywhere under 10, you're gonna find it. He would still take it and look it up on eBay, and he's not gonna look at the sold prices. He's gonna look at the listed prices. Then he's gonna raise it.
Yeah.
So
10%.
Yeah. So that's why we don't go there, because he doesn't put prices on anything. So when we went to this guy, everything had a price. Everything has a price. And I like that. Even the game store that we go to.
You know what else has a price? Just like the $1 Million Man. Everybody's got a price. Ha
ha ha.
The price for the $1 Million Man.
So even the one that we go to all the time, the game store we go to all the time here in town.
Yeah,
a lot of his stuff doesn't have prices on it. But if I go up to him and I go, how much is this one? It's $5. Okay, cool. How much is this one? $20. Okay.
Okay.
He's not looking it up. He already knows them in his head. And if he doesn't, he's just giving you a price. All right, cool. Let's go with that.
Yep. So our last stop of the night, we went to, actually our last stop of the night was Five Guys for dinner. But the stop before Five Guys was this last pawn shop we've gone to. This is the place where we hit up the 50-cent GameCube games. So. And
it was so funny too, because I caught Anthony slipping on the 50-cent GameCube games. We go straight over there and he's already complaining because this place they don't put their stuff in order.
They just throw everything.
It's thrown, right? So as soon as we walk up, I immediately can see this game and I snag it.
There's like shelves.
And then there's 2 buckets.
Basically that's what it is, 2 buckets, and the one bucket just has like that game she
loose
found.
Games.
Just loose games. They're all in. Well, most of them are in
decent condition. Yeah. Some of them
are just in the. Some are just in a. Some are just like the disc gets just thrown
in there. Yeah. So we walk up and I immediately snatch this game up, and he goes, "What is that?" And I went, "Spider-Man 2."
Spider-Man 2 for the PS2. So all I gotta do is find a case for it. And I've seen cases out there, so that's pretty cool. I think that was like $3.
$3.
So this one was pretty cool that she found.
Yeah.
For the collection.
It's a CD-ROM game, but that's okay. Lara Croft 2, and it looks like it came in a Rayovac.
Batteries.
With batteries, which is really cool. So it's not like I can't play it.
I'm not playing it, but yeah. Tomb Raider 2 starring Lara Croft. It's pretty cool.
At first, I thought it was the game, because if you guys remember, I gave my sister Lara Croft 1 and 2, and now I can't find them. And I was like, woohoo, I found it! And it's not.
Pretty good for her little Tomb Raider collection.
Yeah. And I got God of War 3. So, I like the God of War series. I have played the first one. I like the God of War series. It's a good series. So, I think we paid like $9 for those. It's not bad.
So, all in all, some good pickups. Pretty good little week. We had fun last night going out looking, and sometimes it's not about the hunt looking for games, it's just spending time having fun.
Yeah, because we left, and our daughter, which you guys have seen in the video, well, you will see in a video, she's asking about Tamagotchis.
Oh, yeah.
And she's asking if we had one before, and Anthony told her he didn't have one as a kid. I had one, and I always killed it. Like, I couldn't keep that thing alive to save my life. But at school, we would trade them.
Yeah.
After you killed it, you would give it to somebody else, one of your friends, and your friends would give you theirs, and you would reset it and then do it again. She's like, you would kill your kid? I'm like, all the time. All the time.
Kids already did.
All the time. So.
But, let us know what you think about our pickups and what you think was probably the best overall game. I probably think that Mystic Quest is probably.
I think that Mystic Quest.
Yeah, was probably going to be the best one. I always like getting the Black Label games.
This one looked really cool until I looked it up.
Yeah.
The artwork on it is just really neat.
Kind of fooled you with the Atari. Like the Atari have these remarkable, outstanding labels, and you play the game, you're like, oh, how disappointing.
So, I think this one's going to be our best bet.
I'm still on the hunt for King's Quest. Every time I go to any game store, I'm asking them because I'm looking for like the Quest 64. Like actually, our game store we go to, he had like a complete in-box copy, and he wanted like $100. And I'm like, I don't want the box. Just give me the cart.
Yeah, I don't care about the box.
I'll give you $40 for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's still trying to work us over. Now he gave up on the one game. Now he's moved on to another game. He's trying to get us to buy.
The Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger for complete in box, $600. I'm like, man, get out of town, man. But like like I said, go back. I keep going back and forth to King's Quest, but even that new game store we went to, I asked him like, hey, do you got? There's like King's Quest that came out for NES, and I'm not 100% sure for Super Nintendo, but the 64, Quest 64, and he said he gets them in and
they're out the door.
Right out the door, and he says that he posts on Instagram and Facebook, and so
Which we started following.
When they get new stuff, the stuff goes right back out again.
Yeah, because she said she would ship it to us, so that we didn't have to drive it down there to get it.
Because it's not like it was far. It was probably a good half-hour drive. But,
right.
Whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool time. I think we're happy with our pickups.
Oh yeah.
We're good. So thanks for watching, everybody. And we're gonna go finish our night out and maybe play some of these games or watch some YouTube and see what you guys are up to. So we'll talk to you guys next time. Until our next video, we'll check you guys later.
Bye.
Do something.
Hi. Welcome back. It's us. Firefly. Anthony? Serena?